Let's have a look at some of the team stats here. Herald percent for Kwangdong Freaks is first. Every other stat is 10th.
Yeah, and this is another one of these things we talked about it last year a lot in spring, actually, for Afrika, right? And
this year, and then Bertel taking his place. Bertel has found a few more victories, but as you can see, the stats still not looking fantastic. He is left by himself, plays a lot of weak side, but so does Keen, and Keen tends to make the most of it.
Yeah.
It looks like Kwangdong Freaks will be going for the Caitlyn, as Diano is immediately locked in, or Diana.
And I think you want the Zeri here for sure, no question about it. Now they might take the Yuumi away from you, but
looking forward to how this is going to go.
The Braum here is such a really interesting way to pivot.
Do you know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see Galio mid on top for Damwon. Just as much CC as you can possibly put into your composition, right? That is, that's going to work out.
Well, the Rise is a lot of CC, especially with Everfrost. And then it's somewhat shored up by the fact that it's Teddy, you know, on this Zeri pick for the late game, where if you can set up enough damage, then you're going to feel great. And it's very annoying for Bertel to trade as we haven't engaged.
Yeah, a little bit of action here towards the bottom side as Teddy trading back quite nicely, getting a nice little stun as Bertel's in so much trouble. That is, this flash heroic charge is going to be difficult if Bertel's standing next to the turret, and that's precisely where he is. Good vision here on Canyon as he makes his way in. Ellen will have to get out of here as the Q is going to miss.
This much prio, so they deny even more CS there onto Bertel on the top side. It's not deathly, but he will have to teleport back early and did lose a few minutes.
Just Showmaker retains a 75% win rate on this Rise. More action bottom lane.
You know, this is kind of best case scenario for the Graves.
Yeah, well, Rune Prison coming on in here as Canyon finds Ellen face checking. A little bit late on the Steadfast presence there as Canyon now going to be able to use that E, gets the reset as Fate uses
both lanes, top to bottom, like every time. It's just like without exception. Is well, ult.
Yeah, Moonlight Vigil comes on in. That is going to be a stun, but Keen able to Tarzan his way around.
It's a very, very big warning sign.
That's a flash forward. Dredgeline's beautiful. The ulti comes down, but it's more of a celebration. And we saw actually, like, Deft was utilizing the Gravitum so well yesterday. It felt like, okay, it's going to be a bit of a fight here instead. There's the exhaust, and deokdam immediately falls down. Canyon, Moonfall, but a little bit too little, too late, as you can see Keen doing so much damage. Maybe they don't want to dive the turret, and they don't. Elm's going to get out of there, but after managing to figure that one out earlier on, as Bertel taken down very, very low.
Was hitting like 1 second later, and he really wanted to get it, but he's not able to.
Heroic charge as Elm doesn't quite get the stun, as once again, Canyon in a bit of trouble here. He gets the ulti, Moonfall comes down as Canyon trying to fight this one out, but it does not work. Keen seems to be everywhere as the back massage.
Here for Fate as well. As Elm set up here in the brush, and they just caught backing up, trying to get back through the river here. Yeah. Fate doesn't hit the chains here, but they don't even need it.
Keen diving on forward, just seems to be pretty constantly at the right place at the right time.
Going to the grave, it looks like here.
Yep, that's going to be the ulti to come through. Bertel trying to get out, does have flash, is going to use it as Teddy dashes over the wall. Canyon is going to find him though, and this is very dangerous. Teddy, no flash, but actually tries to fight it out. Knew he had nowhere else to go. In the meantime, it's a solo kill in the mid lane as well, as deokdam is just going to murder Elm, and there's some revive action. Yeah. I love it. Teddy back up yet again. He's like, he didn't see anything. It's
for Zeri, who loves that extra movement speed.
Yeah.
As not the greatest start. We skip the part where Keen messes up the engage, but then they're still able to collapse onto Bertel here. Some flashes are exchanged. Canyon actually comes over here and tries to save the day here, but you could tell, you know, this is kind of where Diana's at right now. She has a few abilities that she can use on cooldown, but isn't really able to do a ton of damage. Keen comes over here, gets the res, and all that extra gold.
Yeah, it was actually relatively close there, as we're going to see deokdam finding this solo kill onto, just...
잡았어, 뽀삐 잡았어, 뽀삐 잡았어.
Elm over the side. Kwangdong Freaks wrapping around. 4 versus 3 right now on the bottom side as the teleport's going to come in from both sides. Great steadfast presence there as Elm looks to get out. Depth charge, not really doing too much onto the Poppy as Canyon is going to be forced out of here at this actually, as Showmaker actually a little bit too far forward, has to flash out immediately. Everfrost is fantastic. Moonlight Vigil comes down. So much damage from deokdam, as Hoyt has to wander his way out.
This is a mess for Kwangdong. That's the first big mistake in terms of macro rotations.
Well, Fate diving on forward, looking for Canyon here, as it is going to be a 50-50, but no, actually Ellen can't get into the pit. They were just too slow. They had a control ward in the back of the pit this whole time as the Realm Warp is going to get Damwon Kia out. And Kwangdong Freaks, you have to stop that. You have to stop your lunch money from being taken from you. This is not exactly the base race that you really want to do. Showmaker's just standing here. He's like, guys, you realize your base is exploding, right? Like, let me farm the mid wave. Like, that's what I want to do. Yeah, as at least Kwangdong are going to be able to get pressure in 2 lanes. I don't know. To look at the other side of the coin is Canyon in a bit of trouble, has to dash cannon his way to relative safety as Fate moves on in as well. So it should start bouncing back towards Damwon here, but they still have that as a relative. Oh, goodbye Canyon!
Fate played it so well!
Yeah, pops over the wall, and this is the Fate that we wanted to see from this team.
And now
Kwangdong Freaks are now going for the Baron, and there's no jungler to worry about.
No jungler, and especially no Diana, no engage outside of the ultimate here for deokdam. This is basically unwinnable for Damwon Kia. They're going to try.
Well, they're still going to be able to fight this one out as Goodbye Keeney is just going to explode. It's a great ulti, and deokdam finds himself all alone. Oh man, it was looking good for Damwon as they managed to take down Keen, but then LM finds a phenomenal ultimate, and this should be the Baron.
This is definitely the Baron here. LM on the poppy, man. I'm telling you, this is a champion that looks great. He looks great on, and now Damwon Kia just hoping the health bars are low enough here. Maybe they can push in and
this is
win
going
this
down
fight.
very slowly as Showmaker discovers this. Birdle trying to kite this one out, does so quite nicely, but look at the health bars. Look at the AoE from Showmaker as he takes down Fate. I don't even know where he died. I think it might have been the Baron that ate him, and now Showmaker, the tank moving forward, and he's absolutely a tank. He's just huge. Rolling on top, rolling on through, and the Baron survives. Damwon Kia.
And it almost looked perfect as we're going to watch this pick onto Canyon from Fate. Comes in, he's just looking for, he's fishing for an opportunity. He got the biggest bass, man.
That was, yeah.
Now,
did you play Bass Fisherman on 64?
I did a little bit.
That was a good one.
The Wii one as well.
Yeah.
As this is really where things start, right? And then the ult comes through, as Teddy is like, you know, maybe I could have done a little bit more damage before this, but it is somewhat premature from LM, but it guarantees they take out the carry and they can start this. But the damage is slow as Teddy was trying to zone, get that ward up. And then Showmaker comes through here. He's got the exhaust, as you can see. He's got exhaust smite right now on this rise because of the unsealed spellbook. So
true.
They're actually like really willing to fight for this because of that.
Well, speaking of fighting, Showmaker probably didn't want to take that. He was winning that fight. Absolutely, that final form. And I guess this is what happens when you're out-tempoing the game as the tank rise. Close to 4,000 health as well, as that ulti does absolutely... Okay, it wasn't actually an ulti. Thought it was Hoyt throwing that one out, but didn't actually happen. As it was LM that couldn't find his ult.
Yeah, this is Damwon Kia with just a lot of siege power here. His Fate's looking for the backline, but not as successful this time around.
There are no inhibitor turrets left remaining, and Damwon Kia seem unstoppable. That's a great dredge line, but immediately Fate is going to go into that stopwatch. Huge knock-up to come through, and Showmaker is untouched. Moonlight Vigil does so much work. Moonfall comes in. Teddy explodes. deokdam wants to get himself a penta. He's going to find himself the triple kill. There's the quadra as Teddy's going to flash. He wants to deny it. deokdam, can you get back and kill this Zeri? That's what you need for the pentakill. The pentakill, the 200 years versus 200 years, and the original reigns supreme. deokdam's gonna lock it down for the penta, and they will win this game.
8-2-0 at the end. It's a tough vote for me between deokdam and Showmaker. They both had fantastic moments this game.
How is Showmaker undefeated on Rise Wolf? Makes no sense.
I have to say, this was a little bit of Kwangdong messing up some critical moments. We never got the replay. Carpet Space has that one set up for us.
Yeah, I think our Space Carpeters are going to be able to figure that one out.
Because that's really the turning point in this game is...
초록종 언제 나와?
이거 내가 오른쪽에 있을게. 내가 오른쪽에 있을게.
오케이.
내가 여기 시야 뚫어줄게.
르블랑 봐. 빨리 자.
차 들어온다. 르블랑 잡았어.
나 그래 이긴 듯? 천천히 볼게.
앞으로 가자 이건.
해리 속박돼. 펜타.
펜타 줘.
되냐 이거?
돼.
일단 천천히. 걱정이 하고. 야 스택
못해도 괜찮아. 펜타 안 해도 괜찮아.
스택 주죠.
나 텔로 올게. 잡았어. 펜타 나.
나이스. 억담.
이게 나야.
알자.
좋았어. 나이스.